Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And yes, I am down by the garden house. And there's a mess down here. The dogs have been using this as a little comfy sleep area on my shade cloths. And I've been pulling those out because the winds were calm this morning. So guess what I did? You guessed it. Look at the roof of the greenhouse. Oh my word. Isn't that something? Yes, sirree. I still have a few spring clamps on there. I'm going to be going up again and putting my special clamps on there. And, oh, I almost tripped over a piece of wire here. Whew. So anyway, that's what we're looking at. And then that'll keep the critters out from getting into my plants. And you can see the little cleats that I made, those little aluminum cleats. That's from some aluminum louvers I found at one of the old grow areas that were all smashed up. But I said, well, if I'm not going to recycle them for aluminum, I'll find a use for them somewhere. Well, they worked out perfect for little cleat brackets to hold the cloth on. And I've got some down inside of the trough, which is actually like a little gutter that'll hold it down inside. So that's holding it up in place. And then I put some longer pieces on there, and I couldn't get all the way up to the top without actually climbing up on the roof. And I may still do that and put a little cleat, an L cleat over the top and anchor that top down. But I'll see how it does. But right now, I've got some protection there. I have one hole in it right up there. And I don't know if the dogs did that or if it just got torn when it was being torn down or what. But those are fairly easy to fix. What you do is you cut a little patch piece out of another section of it. And you put some hot glue on it and then press it down in place. All done. Pretty cool, huh? So that's what's going to happen on that. And I just draped the excess down on this side because in the summer, the sun comes up like right over there and it beats right on this corner. And it really makes for some hot heat in there. Now, that little piece I've got laying on the ground over there, I'm going to stretch it out. And if it's the right size, I may cover this wall with it just to give it a little bit more shade over those poly panels. Now, I saw one guy in Arizona, he and his wife are building their own self-sufficient place out there. And he was buying these poly panels for his new greenhouse, which is part of his house. And I said, I hope he had a lot of more luck with those than I did, because this is only 2 years old. But look at this. You can see where it's cracked right there. And these things just fall apart. The sun eats them up. This one's cracked here. It's not long for the world if I don't put something over this edge. This one's cracked here and here and here and down there. So yeah, I'm going to get some more work done here. Now I'm going to try right now and see what I can do about it. I'm going to try to get that big piece over there up on top of the roof and then start spreading it out. Now, I did all of this by myself. I got this one up here by myself. And Tony Larson thought it would be funny to see me flying, parasailing through the air on one of these tarps when the winds blew. But I beat the winds. Ta-da! Now, that one is a 68 or 70% shade. That's the darkest one I have. It's darker than those, and it's darker than these. Now, I'm going to put it over the top of this area, and I don't think I'll get the base to my garden put together yet this year because money's back tight again. You know, paid to get myself out of debt, but the money goes down and doesn't come back up unless I get more subscribers. So subscribe, everybody, and view and like. And for those of you who can, join a membership. All that stuff puts money in my pocket out here so that I can do these things and then shoot videos for you to enjoy. So anyway, one last thing before I cut off this morning issue. That is, I had a question about how the no-hub couplers actually are used. All right, there they are. Got one on each one of these 2-inch valves coming out to some 2-inch pipe. And that holds the manifold on for all of these tanks. All right, now I used to keep all the tank levers open. And then the rack I had on here sunk in the mud during a heavy rainstorm. And all of these things fell and they were all full. And I lost the water to all of them. So now I've got them down on the ground where they can't fall anymore, but I only open up the valve when I need to use that water. So that way, if anything happens, a stray bullet comes flying and drains one out, it doesn't drain them all out. I still got that little tank full too, but that may end up in the back of my van for my prospecting trips for running my high banker and sluice box. I got a few of those around here. This one is really rusted at the base, so that one is probably not long for the world. But if it goes bad, I cut it along the seams all the way around and make a water trough out of it for the animals to drink out of. Here's a no-hub coupler here. This is a 3-inch. Those down there were 2-inch. And you can see all the goop on this one. I once had that on one of the other old totes there that have a 3-inch outlet. But I never could get those to seal real well. The 2-inch I like. They seal well. Problem with the 2-inch is when the water truck comes and he's pumping water in here with a 3-inch line, those 2-inch lines don't transfer the water as fast as he can pump it in. So I have to keep switching his hose from one tank to the other. We got some idiots out here on dirt bikes going up the back road. Guaranteed they're from down the hill. They think that look at this. They think that the whole desert is free land, and they're cutting across other people's property because all of the property on this side of on both sides, that side and this side, all of the property is privately owned by somebody. They're 20-acre lots and they belong to somebody. Just because they don't live out here doesn't mean they like you tearing up their land with your dirt bikes because you're an idiot. And there are marked trails over that way, about two miles or so that way, that they're supposed to stay on, but they're just going up any trail they feel like. Idiots. You know the difference between a motorcycle rider and a vacuum cleaner? A motorcycle and a vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner has the dirt bag on the inside. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. If you've never tried blindfolded archery, you really don't know what you're missing.